Hello, and welcome to another Marvel Snap video. Today, we're going to be revisiting Odin, who on reveal, activates the on reveal ability of other cards at this location. Odin was the king of the beginning card pool, but after you've unlocked more cards from Pool 1, there's even more cards you can combo with it. One of those cards is Spider-Woman, a 5 energy, 7 power card that on reveal afflicts all enemy cards here with -1 power. This can be a pretty big swing into locations that are already quite full on the opponent's side, and then you can re-trigger this again to get even more negative power on the final turn. An alternative to this card is Gamora, who, if you can correctly predict where the opponent is going to play, is a little bit more power, but less reliable. We also have the classic White Tiger, who on reveal adds a 7 power tiger to that location. Being able to double trigger this can put quite a lot of power on the board, and some of our other card choices allow us to control a number of cards in locations so we can have tigers go where we want them to. A couple of the other powerful on-reveal effects is Wolfsbane, who on reveal gets +2 power for each other card you have here. Normally you want to play this into a location that's already quite full, but Odin lets you play this early and then re-trigger it later once you've added more cards to the location. We also have Medusa, who if played to the center location gets +2 power. 4 power for 2 energy is pretty efficient, and being able to re-trigger this with Odin gets a little extra power out of this 2 energy card. And then Enchantress is a great surprise for the opponent. On reveal, remove the abilities from all ongoing cards at this location. This can be very disruptive to their Khazars, their Blue Marvels, or their Devil Dinosaurs, and you can play this card out early, make the opponent think they're safe to commit more ongoing abilities to the board, and then you can actually re-trigger this with Odin and take the new ongoing abilities away as well. The rest of the deck is just some cards to help us win the other locations. We have Angela, the 2-cost staple, Iron Fist, and Nightcrawler to give us some flexibility on where cards end up on the board and to help eke out a little extra power from Angela. Rocket Raccoon is just an okay 1-cost card, but with +2 power, if you correctly call where the opponent is playing, makes it a little better, and Odin can actually re-trigger this on the final turn to get a little more value out of your 1-cost card. We also have Jessica Jones, who is just a perfectly efficient card. 8 power for 4 energy is fantastic. This can't actually be re-triggered by Odin under normal circumstances, since the effect happens next turn, and Odin is typically played on the final turn of the game. And then the last card we have in here is Mr. Sinister, who adds a clone to the board, 4 power for 2 energy, taking up 2 spots in the location. And that's the key part of why we're running this. There's a few things we can do with that, such as being able to get our Wolfsbane buffed up a little bit more, as well as if you have Nightcrawler and Mr. Sinister in a location together, it fills it up pretty well, and then you can always move the Nightcrawler out later, which allows you to have some control over where some of these effects happen. It was kind of hard to get some good footage for today. We were running into a lot of bots and a lot of players who just retreated as soon as you snapped, but I hope you enjoy the games we do have. Our first location is Limbo, which means there's going to be 7 turns to work with this game, which means we don't have to be hasty and drop the Nightcrawler. We might be able to combo that with our Angela or with our Wolfsbane later on. For now, we'll pass. And they go with a Korg. The extra turn means we're more likely to end up drawing that rock. And now we have extra energy to work with, so this is going to be a pretty wild game. We do have the Wolfsbane. We have 2 4-cost cards we can draw, and 6 cards that are cheaper than that. So let's hold again. We're going to have lots of energy to work with. There's no need to rush out our cards. And the last location is Baxter Building. that we're going to want to try and win. We're not going to want to play the Medusa to the Superflow just yet. We can re-trigger the Wolfsbane with our Odin. So let's start getting some of our power on the board. We're going to have to be careful with the White Tiger too, to not turn off our Superflow energy too early. Oh, and they get us with the Rocket Raccoon. Okay, we have Iron Fist. So something we can actually do is play Iron Fist over to Limbo here and push our Medusa over, unless we want to lead with this Spider-Woman right now. Just use our energy more efficiently here. We'll start with the Spider-Woman. We'll give -2 to their side, and this will be able to be re-triggered with our Odin. So they go with an Ironheart. Seeing a Rocket Raccoon and an Ironheart, we might have to expect an Odin on their side. Enchantress isn't going to be doing too much for us. So yeah, let's go with our Iron Fist Medusa playline. We don't want to turn off our Superflow energy just yet. We still have some low-cost cards we can draw to combine with these before the turn 7. So we move the Medusa over, and that means we still get the benefit of the Superflow energy. So let's start getting some extra power on the board. Now we can freely play the White Tiger. And we'll get a couple bodies with the Mr. Sinister, and next turn we'll be able to just play the Odin to re-trigger all of these powerful on reveals. They're going to have 12 power over here, but we're going to have 2 tigers to work with, and Nightcrawler might be able to let us position the tigers where we want them. And they miss their Gamora trigger. Okay, and then, yeah, this is where we snap. We're in a really good position. It doesn't quite look like we're dominating unless they are anticipating the Odin. But, oh, yeah, and they actually just retreat. But what the game plan was to move the Nightcrawler over into Limbo. That will cap out Limbo, and then we know for sure that the Tiger from White Tiger will go to Superflow, pushing this up to 14. Plus, our Spider-Woman and our Wolfsbane will re-trigger to make sure we win Baxter Building by quite a lot. Let's hop into another one. Our first location is Project Pegasus, which gives us a huge energy buff right now. So we can actually go with the Jessica Jones and the Nightcrawler. I don't think the order matters, but we'll just make sure that Jessica Jones was the last card played. And they have an Iron Man that we have an Enchantress waiting for. So we're going to be swapping hands, which is rather unfortunate. But we can play the Mr. Sinister. And then we can Wolfsbane the Project Pegasus lane. Let's snap. I think the Enchantress into that Iron Man is too huge of an advantage to pass up. Oh, and they just retreat. The power of Enchantress. Let's hop into another one. First location is the Icebox, which neuters our Medusa a bit, but we were likely to want to play Angela on turn 2 anyways. They go with a Nightcrawler. So something else in their hand was impacted by the Icebox. Ooh, and Kamartaj is the perfect location for our Odin here. They go with the Lizard. We don't need to get too greedy with our on reveals here, so we'll play the Medusa. This will go up to 6 power, plus buffing our Angela, and the Odin will cause this to trigger 4 more times, and could be enough to win this location all on its own. Next turn, we'll be able to play Jessica Jones into the vault. They go with a Mr. Fantastic, spreading a bit of power. But we're going to be able to come up over them. And we even have a Spider-Woman to really take advantage of Kamartaj. Let's go with the Jessica Jones and Snap. We have a couple really good play lines. We can also spread our power with the Mr. Sinister and the Nightcrawler. So they go with an Ant-Man. Okay, and we draw the White Tiger, which is just too perfect, since we'll be able to put 4 tigers around the board. It won't interrupt our Jessica Jones effect, and Odin will for sure win us this lane, and we'll have plenty of power to win one of the other 2. So we'll lock the White Tiger in. And they go with the Devil Dinosaur, which is pretty big. And they are currently ahead in the Icebox. But Odin is just going to make this silly, since we'll get 4 triggers from the White Tiger. We've already snapped, so I wish we could snap again. But Medusa is going to trigger 4 times, and the White Tiger will also trigger 4 times. So we're going to win these locations by quite a lot. Yeah, Khazar is not going to be enough. Let's hop into another one. Our first location is Tinkerer's Workshop. And we have the Wolfsbane. Let's start by getting some bodies on the board, take advantage of this extra energy. We'll be able to leverage the extra body with the Wolfsbane. And they go with an Angela. Next is the big house, meaning we're not going to be able to put any large cards there. But we draw the perfect card, Nightcrawler, which after we play the Wolfsbane, we'll get the full +6. It will fill up this location, so we don't accidentally fill it up with a future White Tiger, but then we're free to move the Nightcrawler out at a later point. The White Tiger is going to be very good in the right-hand location, because we'll get a 7 power card into the big house, and since 4, 5, and 6 cost cards can't be played here, that's going to be very large. So we'll go with the Wolfsbane. And then we have the Odin for the White Tiger as well. And Odin might end up being the card with the highest power for an additional +3 thanks to Monster Metropolis. And with this location full, we'll actually be able to control where the tigers go. So if they fill up this location, they'll get an additional 3. And an additional 2 from the Angela. So anything they put here does come up over us. Let's start with the Angela, because we'll be able to go White Tiger into Odin. And so they go with a Moon Girl, and considering the Mantis, it's very likely that we're going to see a Devil Dinosaur in our future. Let's play the White Tiger. Let's get a large body into the big house. The Devil Dinosaur can't be played to here. And they actually go with the Devil Dinosaur into the Tinkerer's Workshop. And now they might have a second Devil Dinosaur. If we turn off these ongoing abilities, this will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 13 to our 15. They can't play the Devil Dinosaur to here. So this should be a winning line. We can snap on them. They probably feel pretty confident with their second Devil Dinosaur. But we'll have lots of power in the big house. They won't be able to play high-cost cards here. We'll negate these 2 ongoing effects and win Tinkerer's Workshop by surprise, and they'll most likely win Monster Metropolis with the second Devil Dinosaur. We did have the Odin line, but thanks to Enchantress, we're actually able to sneak this game away another way. Let's lock that in and take our 8 cubes. Yep, and there's the second Devil Dinosaur. But Enchantress swings this location for us. Just a fantastic use case for the Enchantress, and why it's a fantastic conclusion in an Odin deck. Because you can even play it early and re-trigger it later with the Odin once they think they're safe from the Enchantress. I hope you enjoyed the games. If you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comment section below and I'll be sure to respond to you. Also, let me know if you've been playing Odin and what on-reveal effects you've been having fun re-triggering. If you enjoyed the games, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.